Welcome in everyone, Jay here from Gibbs Landscape Design, back with another video. In today's video, there will be a ton of progress. We have 3 guys going to be on site for the second half of the video. As you can see, we're just finishing up the last part of the day from the previous video and getting this layer of bedding installed and raked in before I do a final layer and get a few bricks installed before we get the next day started here. Let's finish with this grading rake before I get the grading in, a couple bricks in, and we'll continue adding lifts of crushed concrete where that tamper is and continue to go back as close as possible. As you can see, this is that next section there. Now, once I get this last lift raked out and then tammed, we will install the HPB, and then we will get the 2 skids of pavers that we have out front installed today. As I finish screeding up this section of the patio, Mo shows up with a bit of pavers for us to lay. We continue this pattern as we get closer and closer to where those wheelbarrows are, where I'm going to start that step section right there. So I screed a little bit, we get some bricks, we lay it. Screed a little bit more, get some bricks, lay them, and so on and so on. Now, I have to admit, when it comes to my favorite part of the job, I feel like laying the brick there. I'm actually observing the work there a little bit. Laying the brick is pretty much my favorite part of the job. You can see it coming together, all your work, all the labor of the prep and the base and everything underneath. You don't really see until the final moments. After 80% of the job, the brick gets laid and the project starts coming together. And it's just really satisfying. I just feel like this is the best part of the job, is the bricklaying for sure. The lines, making sure that the patterns are consistent and the lines are consistent. They're not too long, you're breaking lines. I don't really set actually patterns down, but I just have a few rules that I make sure I do and make sure that I don't do. As Mo and I finish up with the last few bricks of the day, he's getting a few cuts in while I'm getting a few bricks laid. We are going to get ready to cut into the next video that will show us getting the morning started the next day. Get this huge line in front of the step here cut, as well as the other huge line on the outside of the retaining wall cut as well. As you can see, we have a couple good shots of the video here, so I'll let you guys enjoy while the music plays. As you can see, what we do is we score the brick first, get that line cut, and then I come back and do my final cut. machine we prefer to use, I've always used, is Husqvarna's. I have the 770. We have a few of them, 12-inch and the 14-inch blades. Try to use the 12-inch when we are doing curves and inside curves, as well as some of the new guys that start cutting for the first time. Usually like to use the 12-inch as it's a bit smaller, it's a bit lighter, and it's a bit easier to operate and hold while you're cutting. So as you guys can see, we have a third guide today, which is awesome. I had a friend that needed a couple hours, and he asked me, and I was more than happy for him to come in and give us a hand. He was able to help us out a lot today. As you can see, we're starting the step, which I'm ecstatic about. I'm getting off of that paver patio area, and we are going to start working our way up to the front of the house there. Quick cut here just to change the angle of the step slightly. Just took a look at it and thought it would look a little bit better and more inviting leading up to the front of the house. And as I get that level in, I finally get the blocks in, and as you can see, the first step, the first of three, there's going to be 3 steps here before the first landing starts. This is step number 1 out of the 3. Before starting the next step, I have to get all these blocks leveled. Once these blocks are leveled and lined up, you can backfill the blocks and start the level for the next step. Now we'll just get the last bit of bedding aggregate in there, HBB. They're going to backfill behind that step while I level this last little bit of paver area, and then start to get some cuts in here. And once you see that accent stone, the border stone come in, it's really going to look very, very nice. Can't wait to see it. You're going to see us play a quick game of Tetris here as we try not to put small cuts when there's angles. If there's a little tiny cut, I'll just take out the brick and put in a larger brick there, so there's all the larger cuts are on the outside rather than having the small cut. So that's all I'm doing here. I'm just switching everything around, using the measuring tape to measure how much the border and the accent stone is equals, and then come off of that step that much. So I know how much I need. That's why all those pieces look ugly at the end, because I will be marking it and cutting off all the ugly, and you'll see nothing but beauty. Final couple pieces of the Tetris game are getting installed here. And this is what I was talking about before, the best part of the job, just figuring this part out, laying, and I just find it so fascinating getting the bricks laid and the work finally coming together after all the hard work of putting the base and getting everything dug up and excavated out of the area, and just all the labor that goes into it set up. Layers just makes everything perfect. As I do the final couple marks here before I get my cut started, I'm going to break this video up into 2. I'm going to spend the second half of this video showing how we finish this day, finish the cuts, putting in all the borders, getting the second step started, getting it sanded, washed up, and looking really, really nice. Finally coming together, cleaned up, beautiful pictures. Can't wait to show you guys. Stay tuned. Like always, We're going to leave you with a couple still images that show you our progress for this video. If there's anything that you guys see that you guys like, or any concerns that you see that we can improve on, we'd love for you guys to throw a comment in there. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know how we can do better, or better yet, tell us how we did well. Tell us what you liked. We'd love to hear from you either way. Your opinion means a lot, and can't wait to hear from you guys. A few sneak peek images of the progress that we will be finishing up at the next video. Subscribe to not miss out. Can't wait to see you guys. Until next video, Gibbs Landscape Design. We're out here.